In this video, we are going to review how to use modules as a way to organize course materials in your Canvas courses. From your homepage, you can access modules two ways. One, from the navigation bar on the left-hand side. You can also access modules through this linked icon on your desktop. This is how students will access your modules. So currently I do not have any modules. And just as a review, a module is really just a place to organize your course materials. So whatever assignments, quizzes, pages, files you have that you want students to access, you should put those in a module for them to easily access the materials you want. Now, I want you to think about modules kind of like a binder. In the past, you may have used a binder as a way to organize a unit of study. And within that binder, you would have all of the lessons and the worksheets and materials that you would have in order to teach that lesson. Well, a module is the same thing. It's just digital. You're going to use this to organize all of the materials your students will access in your course. I would suggest creating a module for each unit of learning you have in your curriculum. So to create a module, you simply click plus module, and you will have to name that. I'm going to name mine Cell Parts Module. Click Add Module. Now currently there's nothing in here, and it's also not published. So you can actually create multiple modules ahead of time without giving students access to them. And if you put assignments and quizzes and materials inside of a module, students will only be able to access them if the module is published. So this is a nice feature to allow you to build content ahead of your lessons and have students access them at a later time. Within modules, I want to add a few things. Ideally, before you add anything to a module, you have already created quality assignments and quizzes and other materials that you would like your students to access. From here, you simply click plus. Inside of this window, you'll see a drop-down. These are all of the things that you could add that will become an item within the module. So for example, I've already created a few assignments, and I want to put in my Cell Parts Worksheet assignment. Simply click on the assignment and click Add New. I also want to add in a few more resources. So I know that I've already uploaded a file or two, and this is a reading about cells. So I would add this item. You may also want to add external items. So for example, I may want to add a link to a YouTube video that we watched in class. So I would simply find my YouTube video. I'm going to copy that URL, hit plus, and I'll find my drop down. This will be an external URL. Paste that in there, and then I want this to be named Cell Structure Video. I'm going to add item. Now right now I have three things that are included that students can access. Now maybe I want them to look at these in a particular order. So I may actually say we want to watch the video and do the worksheet last. So I can move these around and order them sequentially if I choose to, and they'll have access to this information. Another thing I like to do is add something called a text header just to further the organization of my module. So in this one, I like to organize mine by learning targets, but you could also organize them simply by having quizzes or assignments or resources for learning. Whatever you want to type in, you can organize them that way. But the most important thing is that you do organize those items within your modules to allow for easier access for students. And here I like to put my learning targets for the unit, and then resources for each one of those underneath of here. And you can even create an organizational tool as well with indenting that almost looks like an outline. So now my students know that in the cell parts module, we're focusing on this learning target. Here's a few resources and an assignment that they need to do inside of here. The important thing is to add your instructional resources and assessments into modules to allow for easy access for students. Now, as a student, when I go into this Canvas course, I may have instructions on from my teacher. Today we're going to complete the cell parts worksheet. Go to modules and click on the cell parts worksheet. I go to my learning modules, and then here are all my resources. I click on this assignment, and it takes me to the assignment that I need to complete. That's a brief overview of modules. Again, a module is just a place to organize your course materials, and it's suggested that you create one of those for each one of your units of learning, and this will help students navigate materials in your course, and again also allow for observers to navigate and access information in your course as well.